It's ECRT day one.
Can we get much higher? So high. Can we get much higher? So high. Can we get much higher?
Well, in the morning, about 8 o'clock, Mama Bird came in. She was like, have some pegs, because we need these pegs. So then she gave me the pegs.
Well, first I picked up Andy from his house, and then we were like, oh, right, let's go pick up Dan. So we went and picked up Dan.
And came Lee in his car, and then we packed up the car and left.
And then we went to meet up with the others at Cale's.
Real struggle street in Lee's car.
Okay, so
What's that?
See, the car fridge takes up lots of space.
is it?
Yeah. And then the tent takes up all the rest of that. And then my surfboard takes up the kitchen.
Well, the car arrangements for Devonport were me, Paddy, and Lee driving in Liam's car, and Dan, Andy, and Will driving in his car. And that was a pretty good setup, I reckon.
Oh, this is ECRT. Getting on the road.
Yeah.
No, ECRT, here it is.
There's one song and one song only.
Yeah.
And then we just drove up to Campbelltown.
Went through Richmond, so Will Scott, an old local of Richmond, could show us all the sights, so that was nice.
I was sort of controlling the tunes, which was definitely a favourable sort of stuff, I thought.
Yeah, pumped some good tunes.
Listened to some good tunes, I reckon. We had some great tunes pumping in there.
At Campbelltown, we got out of the car, sorry, excuse my cough, and I think me and Liam ate some homemade rolls, and can't remember what the Nort ate. I know Dupton, Fair and the Scuttle went and got some other food, except Fair didn't do that. We were taking him out. So that was good fun, eating. And then after the eating, we played some Vortex Donkey, but it was horse.
But I was very disappointed in myself when I lost Vortex Horse, I think it was. So that was not one of my better moments. Hey, horse! Some sort of take. I was filming that back. There it is! 1-on-1. H on nothing.
Now.
This is a real big contest. I mean, I haven't seen two better players play the game.
Oh, it's an injury.
The crowd goes wild! Oh! There he goes!
Despair on the face of Mark.
Despair for the losers.
Hands on hips.
Well, is it day one or is it day zero? I'd say 1 and 0. is day 1.
Camera's hand was a real good set.
We first rolled into Devonport. What did I think? Well, I thought, yeah, this goes alright. Definitely better than Launceston. But nowhere near the level of sort of Hobart sort of setup.
How's it going?
When you get to Devonport, it's a real, just grey kind of place. I don't know if anyone really wants to be there.
It's great.
That's probably the most depressing place I've ever been in my life.
Coming up on our left, we have some Cement Australia silos. Fitting with the theme of Devonport, they are, of course, grey.
Yeah, I don't really remember much of Devonport, but I believe we got McDonald's for a bit of dinner.
And then we got on the Spirit.
Excited to go on the Spirit. Oh, well, when I get on there, I'll be excited. Should be good.
Yeah, these are Devonport locals.
Well, getting on the Spirit was a real exciting time for us all. But in the first few minutes, I mean, we ran into this old guy, and I think one of us might have brushed past him or something, just knocked him a little bit, and then he's given us a little bit of a spray, which none of us were sure about. I mean, a bit of a lowbrow sort of setup from that old guy.
Real
reaction
comfortable,
video.
real comfortable
You get a
sort of
great little
setup.
reaction bit of you there. He's like,
Look at this, a little sparrow
Oh, look
sitting on a little big boy's shoulder.
How's the comfort, Cale?
Extraordinary. Give away a car. It wasn't your worst.
No.
As you might know, I often have water bottles with me. So I've gone to take a drink. I think we were playing cricket on the Spirit. Gone to take a little drink of water. I knew there was about half a water bottle left at minimum. Gone to take a sip. It tasted a little weird around the, you know, the sippy bit, the lid. And then there was no water. So I've gone, righto, who drank this? I think I assumed it was the Nord at first. And then the Nord was real sort of defensive.
I think he suspected me the whole time.
And, you know, Andy was sort of in the mix-up.
Maybe it was me, maybe it wasn't.
I don't know where Lee was. Later on, I said, right, I don't care who it was, but we're going to put it here. I think this was your suggestion, Mr. Producer, Andy. I'm just going to put it on the table and whoever it was, go and fill it up. And then I had to shut my eyes like this. And then got filled up eventually. I didn't pee. And then Will told me that whoever, because then Lee and Cale went and filled theirs back up. Will told me that one of them, it wasn't their first trip to the back to fill up their drink bottle.
You can open your eyes.
I was out of water, right? And what would you do? You're out of water, you're stranded in the middle of the ocean. And if you haven't heard, you can't drink salt water. I do physiology, I know this shit. So, sit there, bit Paddy's water, bit mine, empty drink bowl. So I just think, oh, I can't be bothered going to find something to fill this drink bowl up, I'll just steal all of Paddy's water. And then blame it on Cale, which works very good.
I'll say Cale for the record. Cale.
And it tastes real good too. But yeah, Paddy, I drank all of your water. How do you feel now? Dry, parched, I mean.
that I was very disappointed when we came into the Ocean Recliners at about midnight sort of time, that a lot of people were already in there. That's alright. But some of them were in our seats.
I was like, hang on, what are you doing in my spot? So we had to end up going to this other level and just sleeping in these little booths, so a little bit like the How I Met Your Mother booth, but just sleeping in those little sections. And that was alright. Although a bit cold.
I think I'm going to have to give Cale my best on, because, you know, he did wrap me out.
I'm going to give it to Will Scott because in Campbelltown he really threw the vortex a long way and I was impressed by it.
But I have to give it to I mean, he was in a real good form now.
Don was a man that isn't really going to get many best ons from any confessionals. Cale flashed the north, as he likes to be known. I just thought he was pretty good form day one, and he's probably going to fatigue later on, say some real silly things come like day 4.
Lee Ali for really powering through it on the drive and give it 110%.
I give my best on to Liam for winning horse. It was real tight for a while against Dan, I think.
I'd like to give my worst on to whoever drank my drink out my drink bottle. I don't know who it is.
Worst on I thought, Will Scut. In general, some scumbags. Once you get to scumbag, you just got to be courteous and deal properly. You can't just be not flipping the cards.
My worst on goes to Andy O'Fair for not getting any footage of Nanny waving goodbye to us when we were leaving Nanny and Poppy.
It's on to Will Scott. I mean, when you're a scummer, you really got to flip those cards.
Dan Johnson, who on the Spirit told us that after he went to sleep he didn't wake up again until about 5 in the morning or something, while I was lying there basically awake all night.
Cale. I'm sorry, but only because he lost the vortex game.
Can we get much higher?